Oh, hi there. My name is Jeffrey Stouffer, and I'm the ThinkSpot librarian here at the Mesa Public Library in Arizona. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to create your own 100% fabric mask. That's right. Now, we know that elastic and ribbon are in short demand, so we've created a pattern where you can use only fabric and thread. So today, I'm going to be showing you step by step how to do it. We're going to be attaching the pattern, so if you'd like the how-to, you can download it from us. And also my friend Heather, who's also an awesome librarian here at Mesa, she's going to be jumping in to tell us about some of the things that you can do at home as an alternative if you don't have some of the supplies I have here to be able to do it.
Hello everybody, my name is Librarian Heather. You can just call me Heather. I'm at home, so I'm going to be sharing some tips with you for how to make your masks if you don't have some of the resources that Jeff has at ThinkSpot.
I should probably mention, before you start using your fabric to make a mask, you need to wash it. This is going to get rid of any pre-shrinkage that might happen before you start. To get started, you're going to need these pieces of equipment. You're going to need a sewing machine, an iron. Now, you might not technically need an iron.
Don't have an iron and want to learn more about how to make your mask without using one? Tune in at the end of the video.
Some different fabric, 100% cotton, shears or a rotary blade, and my suggestion is to always have some chalk or a Sharpie or something, and a ruler of some sort. A trick with the rotary blade is you're going to want to push against your straight edge. Now, if you don't have a straight edge, you could also use a ruler or some other things. So next, you're going to be making two 1.5 inch by 36 inch strips of fabric. These are going to become the fabric ties. For those of you who are using the scissors, my suggestion is chalk or Sharpie, especially for the 36 inch part. So then when you lift it, you'll be able to simply hand cut that. With the scissors, just make sure to take it easy and just cut as straight as you can. You're also going to be making 2 or 3 8 by 9 inches of fabric. Now that we have all of our 4 pieces that we're going to be using, it's time to get sewing. If your pieces of fabric have wrinkles, I would totally suggest ironing them out before you start sewing. So you're going to be wanting to sew your 2 pieces of fabric together. They call it the right side, or it would be the pattern side together. And you're going to pin the 9-inch sides together. You're doing this because what's going to happen is we're going to end up pleating the 9-inch side, so it's going to get short.
Do you want to know how you can sew your ties and your pleats in just one step instead of doing them individually? Then stick around at the end of the video to see how you can do that.
So you're going to try to give yourself about a 1/2 inch yield when you're sewing the seam lines. So I'm just going to pull that first. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Remember, nobody sees the insides. So now you're going to take what you just sewed the 2 sides on, and you're going to turn it inside out. Or you might even say right side in. No, you probably wouldn't. It's important to iron it flat. It'll make it a lot easier when you're sewing everything together.
If you'll be using our ironless method for making your mask. Then tune in at the end to see how you should sew your sides.
You're going to fold your fabric in half and begin to iron it. So I'm going to suggest with the fabric ties that you do it all at once. So don't just do one fabric tie and then do the other fabric tie. I would say just do all the folding and get that over with, because the fabric ties are probably the most challenging part of all this. You want to have a really nice fold in the middle, because what you're going to be doing next is you're going to be then folding the inside to that line in the middle. Now, remember, this doesn't need to be perfect. You're just doing your best. You are making a fabric tie, and if you've never made a fabric tie, this is challenging. This is not super beginner. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I am a beginner. That's right. You can take that home and say, hey everyone, did you know that Jeff is a beginner and he showed me how to make fabric ties? Now fold the fabric over and iron it. Next, you're going to simply fit the mask part of the fabric in between the fold of the straps fabric and pin it in place. Do that on both sides. Now it's time to sew the strap to the face mask. I simply just feeding it through carefully. So make sure to take the pins out as you go. Now that you've done one side, now you just have to repeat this on your other side. So the important decision to make now is which side you want to be in the front and which side you want to be in the back. Because you're going to be starting to do pleating, which is pretty much in an uncomplicated way. You fold forward and then you fold back. So my trick is to fold it in half. So this way you're going to make your middle pleat first. And you simply just take a pin, go through, and you come out the other edge. So now it is pinned in place. Do the same on the opposite side. Do the same at the top. Don't stick yourself too much, because I just did. And last but not least, the bottom one. And back up. And do the same on the opposite. Okay. And that is your pleated front. Okay? And you're just going to sew this.
Struggling with your pleats? You're not alone. Stick around at the end of the video for some tips on how you can adjust your pleats if you need to.
So I hope this was helpful to make your very own mask. to look super stylish and be able to make it with 100% fabric. Anywho, we hope you have a good one and stay safe out there.
All right. Laura from the Avondale Public Library shared this tip with one of our other staff members, Charisse. Lemon Mint Studio posted a video on their YouTube channel showing people how to sew ties like we're making using a piece of paper instead of an iron. So I converted it into just a method to pin your tie so that you can then pin it onto your mask and sew it. In their video, they use a 3x3 square piece of paper. Mine is 2.5 by 2.5 because our strip is a little bit smaller than theirs is. So you're gonna cut your 2.5 by 2.5 square paper, and then you can barely see it on there, but you're gonna make a line in the center. You're gonna make a line on either end about 0.4 inches in, and then you're gonna make another one about 0.8 inches in. So you'll take that square and you're gonna line it up with your fabric, even with the outermost lines, with a little bit of the fabric sticking up from the top, so you can use that to pull. And you will fold in those ends, and then you're just gonna fold that in again, and then just fold one more time so that they both come together. You can see it's already starting to come together. You can just tuck that in a little bit more, and then you've got the start of your tie. So if you pull the paper down just a tad, it gets easier as you go, I promise. So pull it down just enough for you to be able to pin that first piece. And then you are just going to keep working your way down. You can kind of tuck the fabric a little bit below the paper, and then pull it down. And then as often as you want to pin it, I just often to pin some myself. You can just keep going down, pinning. Work your way all the way through until you make it down to the other side, and then you'll have a strap ready to go on your mask. As you may have figured out, if you use our little paper square method for your ties, it gets a little trickier to pin them covering the raw top and bottom edges. So instead of sewing just the sides, if you're using that paper method for your ties, you're going to do it a little differently. So you will pin one side with just 2 pins, leaving an opening in the middle, right here, and then you'll sew the other sides. So you will start here and sew toward the corner. So all the way down this top part, so this next side, so all the way down the bottom, and then you'll sew just to this pin on the other side. So that will leave your little opening that you can then flip the mask inside out, or right side out, sorry. And then you can pin your ties on just on one side instead of overlapping to cover that raw edge. Okay, tip number 2. It's not so much a tip, it's more just encouragement. Pleats are weird, so if you have a hard time pinning your pleats in place, don't be hard on yourself, because I do too. If you don't have a hard time pinning your pleats in place and they're perfect every time, don't tell me, because I don't want to know. So what I like to do is I'll pin my pleats. I pin all 3 of them. As you can see, these pleats aren't great. So I will pin my pleats in place, and then I just kind of use that as a starting point, and I adjust from there. So looking at this, I started way too low on the first one, so I'm just gonna unpin my first pleat and adjust that a little bit. Sorry, I know it's hard to see. So I will move that up a tad. Sorry if you can hear my husband's sports stuff in the background. Okay, so I adjusted my first pleat. That looks a lot better. Now I'm going to adjust my second one up. Ow, I stabbed myself. Okay, so that second one looks a little better now, and now I'm going to fix my bottom one. Pro tip, don't stab yourself. So I've repinned my pleats. They could probably still be better, but I feel a lot better about them. I don't know why it's easier for me to pin them poorly and then just adjust from there and pin them better, but it is. So if you also have to pin your pleats twice to get them to look good, that's okay. Okay, one last tip. So instead of sewing your straps on and then going back and sewing your pleats, I like to pin my straps in place, pin my pleats, and then just do one rectangle all the way around. So I will just start on one strap, sew all the way down, rotate, sew my pleats, sew my next strap, and then sew down that next side. So it's just a little bit easier for me to do just one continuous loop instead of sewing the straps, having to trim those ends and then individually sewing the pleats. So you can do that. It makes it look a little bit neater, I think, with just the one continuous loop around. I hope that helps, and I hope that your mask making adventures are fantastic.